how do we change, right? And I think the best way is to really like if you're a woman listening to this podcast, you have a boyfriend, it's good to tell him how to behave, or not how to behave, more of like help guide him, like if he's lost or confused, help teach him a good way to be a man in society, the proper way to be a man in society, which is respect your women. And I think that's the biggest word here, which should apply to both parties, but more so men. Respect each other. Men respect women, women respect men, because that's where we can really grow together. And back to what I said, if a man is being disrespected, it just adds to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that man becomes weak and doesn't contribute to society, or that man becomes violent, which again doesn't contribute to society. And if a woman is disrespected, they will also not contribute to society. They will be, they're not being used to their full extent.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I think that this is it's a very heavy topic what we're talking about today, but I think it's good that we address these things. And yeah, like for example, in our relationship, for me and Dani, I feel like I'm a respectful man towards her. I hope I am, babe.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I never tell her she can't do anything. I don't enforce anything towards her. But at the same time, like we treat each other like equals. But of course, we know that there's a difference between us. And that applies to Dani towards me. And this is one of the reasons why I love Dani so much, is because she makes me feel like a strong man. And I feel like together, a man and a woman is the most powerful force, because you know the saying, behind every great man is a great woman. And I think it can apply to both. Behind every great woman is a great man too, because I believe that together as a union, a man's brain and a woman's brain working together is a really powerful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really one of the most powerful things that you have in the world today. So a good pair, a good partnership is one of the strongest things you can have.
Wait, I'm just gonna touch on what you said, because you said like behind every great man is a great woman. This brings me back to like the article I read, because like men are kind of like, I don't want to say like they can't function without women, but because they're brought up to be so like emotionally repressed, so like men can't really process their emotions very well, or they don't know how to deal with their emotions so much. So it's like they kind of like depend on their girlfriend or their partner for that. And according to the article, they said that getting married may be like the best thing that a man can do to improve his life or to improve his mental health, because they in a way like need a woman to be stable. And it's mostly because men are taught to not be vulnerable, to not be open with their feelings, because that's seen as a girl thing, that was like in touch with your feminine side or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this entire thing, repressing your emotions, is gonna take a toll on you. And the thing is, this stress doesn't end. Like when you repress your emotions, it doesn't go away. Kind of just like you bury it deep, and then later it's gonna explode. And that's why, like, if you look at the stats or whatever, like suicide rates are higher in men. Men are more likely to get depressed or to get violent. And if it's not mental health, then well, this is still mental health, but they're more likely to like turn to drugs, to be alcoholics. They're prone to like constant stress because they have no outlet. Like repressing it doesn't fix anything. It kind of makes it bigger. Yeah, so it's like as much as men are strong, as much as men are like ambitious, and as much as men are powerful and everything, they still rely on women for like emotional support.
No, I agree. I agree with you completely. I think that men need women for that outlet, for that emotional support. And actually, it's really women that are the queens of their household. They are the boss. There's so many stories of where the men are actually afraid of their wives.
I think that those are like the married jokes, no? Like
Yeah.
that's always like happy wife, happy life.
Exactly, yes. No, actually, there's this really funny one. So basically, the man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. And the neck moves the head
Mm-hmm.
and tells the head what to do.
I think it's like because guys don't want to be told what to do, so women kind of have to be like, they have to be subtle.
I suppose, yeah.
Like you're in charge, but then I influence the decision to go my way.
Yeah. Many couples might disagree with us because some people might say, oh, no, the woman has to be strong,
Yeah.
commanding and stuff. No, I think that there, again, like I said, there should be equal say in a relationship. I just think that there should be some roles, some different roles that should be played out, right?
Like what?
Well, for example, in our relationship, I look up to you all the time, of course, but you look up to me, and you look up to me as a strong man,
Mhm.
right? This is really like, we have a traditional relationship,
I
right?
suppose, yeah.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I guess I'm very much a traditionalist that there's some things that I don't agree with, or like for example, I mean maybe this is controversial, but I don't entirely agree with a man taking on a woman's name when getting married. I guess this is
Mm.
just only because
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
it just feels like it's such a different course
mm-hmm.
from the
Yeah,
norm, you
yeah, I
know.
get what
It's
you
like
mean.
it strays so far from the norm that it's unusual. And there are countries that they're like super open about it. Where I live in Spain, it's completely different. When you have a passport here, you do not use your man's name. You do not have, even if you're married to him and you want to have his name, when you have your passport here, you have your maiden name, your full maiden name. So sometimes it can be difficult, like, are you guys actually married? You need to also show like extra proof that you're married and stuff here, but that's how it's like.
Yeah.
So there's some countries that are like that. They don't encourage women taking on men's name, but I guess you could say I'm a little more traditional in that sense.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, for example, if we weren't quote unquote traditional, like, I don't want to be like the head of the relationship. I want to feel like I'm taken care of, you know? Like, I don't want to,
That makes you traditional too, babe.
I guess, because I can't imagine having
You
a
can't
lap
imagine
dog
it
or something.
otherwise. You want your man to take charge in the house. You want him to be on hand.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let you like lead 24/7. I mean, I'm gonna let you lead, but then of course, if I want something, then I'm gonna say it. But otherwise, like I want to see that you can.
I get what you mean. No, I think every relationship has a different dynamic. Our
Yeah,
dynamic is very traditional. Some relationships are different. And like I said, you know, you gotta have that respect for each other, and you have to let a woman be a woman and let a man be a man. Don't try to change them to be more of something else that they're not,
yeah,
right? So that's the bottom line. And yeah, I think as long as you find that harmony with someone, then you'll be in a very good place, and it'll be beneficial for both the man and the woman. You know, a woman cannot be in a relationship where the man is over, like, how do I say this, like,
controlling.
over controlling, exactly. And he's like, if you don't do what I say, I will get mad at you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That is wrong. And vice versa, a man cannot be in a relationship where he feels like he is subdued and he has no say, and you know, he's like,
emasculated.
exactly, he's emasculated. So I think that you really need to have this unity and this like harmony with each other, which is really important.
If you guys want to check out the full episode, click the link on the screen or head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are available. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.